Hello, everyone. Welcome to attend the ZWCAD 2025 and the CivilCAD 11 joint webinar. I'm Jane from ZWSoft International Business Group. It is my pleasure to be your host today. Today's webinar is presented by ZWSoft Company and the Civil Design Company. It's specially designed for civil engineering professionals to explore the latest enhancements in ZWCAD 2025 and CivilCAD 11. And streamline your workflow in civil engineering production. Now, please allow me to introduce the webinar agenda. At the beginning, Ms. Mia Zhao, ZWCAD Ecosystem Manager, will briefly share the ZWSoft company profile. Following that, ZWCAD API expert, Mr. Afeng Pei, will introduce the ZWCAD 2025 key improvements, which are highly related to the civil engineering industry. CivilCAD is a professional add-on, which is compatible with ZWCAD 2020 ever since to ZWCAD 2025. Today, we are very happy to have Yaye Zini, CivilCAD Product Manager, join us, conducting live demo of the upcoming CivilCAD 11, showcasing how CivilCAD can further empower ZWCAD users dealing with challenges in precise designing, constructing, and surveying. Since attendees are joining from around the globe, to ensure a seamless experience, we'll be muting your speakers during the presentation. Feel free to submit text questions you may have into the Q&A panel or chat box. Our panelists are on standby and will endeavor to respond promptly. And towards the end, we will have a brief Q&A session. Any unanswered questions will be addressed at that time. If you prefer to answer questions verbally, just raise your hand button and we will unmute your speaker, allowing you to speak directly. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, without further ado, please welcome Mia Zhao to introduce ZWSoft profile.
Hello everyone, let me share the screen. Sorry, can you, okay.
Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Mia Zhao. I'm the ecosystem manager from ZWSoft. Today I would like to introduce ZWSoft, the all-in-one CAX solution provider to all the audience attend this webinar today. Okay, first of all, let me introduce our company profile. As the first and the largest CAD/CAM list company in China, ZWSoft has set up 6 R&D centers in Guangzhou, Wuhan, Shanghai, Beijing, Xi'an, and Florida, and the 15 regional offices all over the world. Until 2024, the product of ZWSoft have reached over 1.4 million users, 19 plus regions, and 70,000 partner institutions. The company has over 1,800 employees, and our products are available in 15 languages. As you see, ZWSoft is founded in 1998. In 2002, we launched ZWCAD 2D CAD and embarked 3D and CAM solution in 2010. We start to open the global market in 2004, trying to cooperate with overseas channels to open more markets besides China. In 2018 and 2019, we launched CAE product to enlarge our product portfolio and start to research and develop BIM product Wukong. In 2021, we officially listed in China, in Shanghai Stock Exchange as the list company. Also, as a global company, we attend the global exhibition of the world as the exhibitor every year, showing our latest technologies and research to our distributor, reseller, partners, and end users. As you see in this page, we attended DMS in Japan, Hanover in Germany, and the global industry in France. We also host our own event, Say World, every year to invite our key customer, developer, and partner come to share CX insights together. And now here comes to our all-in-one CX solution. As you see, for the 2D CAD product, we have ZWCAD and the ZWCAD mobile. For the 3D product, we have 3D CAD, CAE, and CM, and also have the CAD Pro product. For the CAE product, we have ZWSIM structure, ZWSIM wave, and the ZW Meshworks. Our CX ecosystem is mainly about third-party developers, such as CivilCAD from Civil and the Survey and the Civil area, ZWCAD from the interior design area, and KeyShot from the rendering area. This third-party developer plugin is fully compatible with ZWSoft product, largely enhance our product ability and improve our end users' experience. Last page, as you see, with the solid underlying technologies, ZWSoft is glad to be the solution provider for our customer in multiple industries, such as the architecture industry, engineering industry, and the construction industry. So that's all for my part. Now let's turn to the Mr. Pei to introduce the ZWCAD 2025 to all the audience.
Thank you, Mia. Please let me share my screen. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar today. Good to have you all here. ZWCAD is a 2D drawing platform with abundant, efficient, and stable functions. Meanwhile, thanks to our powerful APIs, it has built up a complete ecosystem. In ZWCAD 2025, our most recent version, we enhance our ArcGIS module and offer more point cloud features, which make it more than a general 2D CAD software. We believe efficiency is very important, which can save a lot of time on drafting, and better performance can make your work happier. So in ZWCAD 2025, we make big improvements on efficiency. What else? We also enhance our 2D and 3D compatibility. And for developers, the ZWCAD 2025 also makes some improvements on APIs. As previously mentioned, that we believe that efficiency can make a big difference in your work. ZWCAD 2025 has greatly improved efficiency for image, underlays, gradient patterns, and transparent graphics when printing, especially when printing to PDF files. Here is a chart comparing ZWCAD 2025 with 2024. The first three are most remarkable. ZWCAD 2025 has made huge progress in improving the efficiency of PDF importing and displaying. Other than 2D compatibilities, we have also breakthrough 3D compatibilities this year and improved efficiency for various 3D experience, including point cloud conversion. And here is another comparison to compare between ZWCAD 2025 and our competitors. Under various testing, we have great advantage, especially if the efficiency of 3D display. As we mentioned before, we start exploring industry applications step by step, point cloud, GIS, as well as convert image to vector graphing. For these applications, we will offer base functions in ZWCAD platform and the professional and advanced functions in plugins. ZWCAD supports point cloud since 2024 official version. Since then, we had some typical customers give us feedbacks. Like architectural surveyor, they need to draw 2D floor plan from point cloud. Architectural designers who need to reconstruct the old buildings. They need to create 3D models based on point cloud data and observe the interior. Topographic surveyor, they often need to convert point cloud data to grids, then feed coordinates based on grids. They also need to distinguish between ground plans and non-ground plans in order to draw features like house or roads. So based on the requirement above, we need make the following improvements. Conversion efficiency, as we mentioned that at the very beginning, compared to 2024 version or recap, there has been a certain degree of improvement. And there are some other improvements like display quality, color stylization, section ribbon tab, navigate to second view, etc. For display quality optimization, we can see from these images, there has been a great improvement in ZWCAD 2025 compared to 2024 and very close to AutoCAD. And the visualization style now, elevation, intensity, and classification are available, which can meet users' needs in more working scenarios, especially for the topographic surveyors. Intensity, by setting the strength visibility, you can efficiently filter the noise data in the point cloud. Elevation, using elevation stylization, users can see the point cloud shapes at different heights and can quickly obtain the point cloud display effect of a certain height range. Classification, use classification data to display only a certain type of objects to support drawing work. Let's see a video about visualization style feature of point cloud.
ZWCAD 2025 added 3 new visual styles from point cloud data, which are elevation, intensity, classification. The intensity visual style can immediately show you the intensity of the point cloud data. Thus, you can generate your design diagram based on this model. We can see the more open area are shown with a lighter orange color, and the darker red color is used to represent more intensity area to give you an idea of the intensity overall around this area. Here is another point cloud data to show you the elevation visual style. We can immediately differentiate the elevation of the landscape with the lighter color represents the higher elevation and the darker earth color represents the lower ground level. If switched to classification visual style, the colors help to differentiate different objects in the model, like the green color for the vegetation, the yellow for the building, and brown for the road. You can go to color mapping to deal with the point cloud data to generate different diagram for your design idea. There are settings for elevation, intensity, classification. For classification, we can hide specific color for corresponding objects in the model. Set all the greens to invisible so the point cloud model will show mainly the buildings and the streets. If we restore all the greens but hide all the yellow, you will get a diagram with no building.
Next, I will introduce the GIS application. Who can benefit from it? For example, the general design department. They obtain topographic data from upstream and decide based on the map overlay. The surveying and mapping departments, they collect data on site, import the data into CAD and create vector data, then assign attributes to them. After that, further deal with the vector data with attributes, and finally export it to GIS data. The natural resource department, they mainly use GIS application to map review. Usually, they import GIS data, create feature classes, and perform topographic checks. Based on the workflow above, we make the following improvements. Optimize the efficiency of coordinate system assignment and conversions. Support the user-defined map based on WMS and WMTS standards. Support beam map and ArcGIS map, and support map positioning. Let's check out the demonstration for the GIS.
Let's check it out. We can assign a coordinate system to the drawing. The dialog box has filter parameters and a search bar, so you can easily find your coordinates. And you can select your current drawing unit to have coordinate and drawing units matched. You can input a URL to link your map service. Then, you can check your design with a geographical map underlay. You can set your coordinates display as absolute or geographic. Besides linking your map service by URL, you can also add maps from ZWCAD, which provides various map services, including Bing Map and ArcGIS Map. Different map services have different coordinates. You can see there is an offset between the drawing and Bing Map, which was newly added. Find a location point on the map. Check the latitude and longitude coordinates. Edit the map location with the latitude and longitude coordinates of the location point. Find the corresponding location point on the drawing as the insertion point, and specify the north angle. Now, the drawing and the map are perfectly matched.
The last but not least, let's talk about the convert image to vector graphic feature. There are many historical paper drawings or scanned copies of drawings in the manufacturing, civil engineering, and surveying industries. If users want to reuse such drawings and decide on the original basis, they need to vectorize the scanned images. Now, ZWCAD can support the conversion of scanned paper drawings into vector graphics and provide adjustment tools to optimize the result, which can save a great amount of time for users. We also prepare a demonstration for this feature.
In ZWCAD 2025, it can convert raster images to vector data automatically. Attach a raster image. In the Parameter Configuration dialog box, select an existing parameter configuration or edit the configuration. After modifying parameters, start vectorization in one step. After vectorization, you can merge, connect, and break vector objects. You will get a perfect vectorization result. This new function can save you time and money in converting paper drawings into DWG files. Interested in it? Download ZWCAD 2025 and try it now.
The next chapter is about the enhancement of APIs. To better co-work with developers, ZWCAD continuously enhances its APIs in this version. It includes 6 main points. Upgrade ZRX to be compatible with Object ARX 2024. Support Mesh and Bridge APIs. The .NET API is more complete and it supports ribbon-related APIs. This supports Unicodes and encoding such as UTF-8 and UTF-16, and supports loading FAS and VLX files directly. This is all I want to present today. Thank you. The next part is from our partner, Civil Design. Let's welcome Mr. Sidney.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning or afternoon. I'm very glad to be here today. My name is Yair. I'm a civil engineer and I am the product manager of CivilCAD. And I want to start first by thanking ZWSoft for partnering with us and launching this webinar. So a few words about Sivan Design. Sivan Design leads projects around the world, mainly in the field of GIS and other related fields, and also developed CivilCAD software. CivilCAD provides a technological solution for roads and pipelines engineers, and also for surveyors for almost 30 years. We constantly follow the developments in the field and adapt our technology to the needs of the market, sometimes even get ahead of the market. This session is recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube, so you will be able to get back and watch it again if you missed something. Those of you that do not have CivilCAD installed in their computers can later enter to sivandesign.com and download the free trial version for 30 days. Install the trial version and experience yourself the software, and we will be happy to be part of your company's toolkit. So what is CivilCAD? CivilCAD is an engineering software, a tool for planning infrastructure projects from the initial conceptual stage up to the stage of producing execution plans and bills of quantities. The software uses ZWCAD as a drawing environment to draw and display the plans, and ZWCAD, of course, optimally suited to work with CivilCAD. We are right on the last line before the release of CivilCAD 11. In this version, many improvements have been done and have been made. Improvements like the workspace, the multi-surface surfaces mechanism, supporting beam tools, handling points clouds, and more. And that are just the first link in the chain of development for all planning disciplines. This workshop with this webinar will be done on CivilCAD 11, so you are the first to see and experience the new capabilities. So in the next half hour, I will review the main capabilities of CivilCAD, starting from the initial site planning through the road design and suitable pipeline planning, so that each participant can find interest in at least part of the demonstration. Of course, the tools that I will present here are just a small part of the overall capabilities tailored to each discipline according to its needs. So after this introduction, let me share my screen and let's start. So as you can see here, this is CivilCAD. CivilCAD, of course, work with ZWCAD as a drawing environment. So here you can see the drawing environment of ZWCAD and CivilCAD on the top, on the sides, and also at the bottom you will see next. So let's start with create surface. There are some ways how to do it. I will open the list of topography coordinates, and I will load here a topography coordinates file. There are many ways how to create a surface. You can do it by loading an XML or a DWG with coordinates, but here in this webinar, I'm showing you how I do it with a coordinates file. So I loaded a coordinates files, and you can see the XYZ here in this window. This window is editable, so you can click on one of the point and edit the X, Y, and Z, and of course add a code with a block of a tree of other things that you want to present, to display. And next, I update point on drawing. So now this is the group of points. This is the the surface to be. So what can I do with those points? Of course, I can create a surface, but I can, before I'm creating the surface, I can do several editing actions. Like, for example, take this group of points and move it here, for example. I will take a polyline, click move, choose polygon in, because I want to move the points inside the polygon, and select the polygon. Again, move, polygon in, select, and select this polygon. Take it from here to here. Okay, now the points been moved here. So now I can update again list, and you can see the point are here. Let's create the surface. I'm going to surfaces, topography. This will be the topography surface. Of course, I can create multiple surfaces, as many as I want. Now I define that the surface will be made from topography coordinates, and click update surface. Okay, here I can see that the contours are not really similar to the reality. So I want to edit the surface a little bit. I will start with this point, which is very far. So if I want to locate the specific one and edit it, press locate, click on the point, and it jumped in the list. Now I can edit this point, I can move it, I can erase it, and I can make a few changes if I want to. Now I want to exclude this point from the calculation of surface. So I am clicking here, freeze, and I freeze this point. Now I will create again the surface, topography, and update surface. And as you can see, this point is not inside the surface. Let's change a little bit the properties of this surface. For example, let's change intervals, 20 centimeters. Okay. And one more thing that I want to do to make the surface more accurate, I want the software to calculate the triangles without connecting points that are very far from each other. Let's define 30 meters of max interpolation length. I'm pressing apply. And here I have surface much more accurate and loyal to the reality. Okay, next thing I want to do is create another surface, the design surface. So I'm going to coordinates, design coordinates. Of course, also here I can create as many lists that I want. So I will open it and load a point file. This one. And also here, I will define the design surface to be made from the design coordinates list. And I put the same properties. And also I want the borders. Okay. Okay. So here in brown, you can see the design surface. In gray is the topography surface. They are right one on each other. Okay. And now, of course, I want to calculate volumes. I want to calculate earthworks between those two surfaces. So I'm going to earthworks, general. Here I can define which surface I want to compare to which to another. Okay, so for now it will be design comparing to topography. I will ask the software to create the full grid and press apply. Okay, as you can see here, I have the grid of the earthworks. I will turn off some layers so you will be able to see it more clearly. Okay, so you have the grid, the square, 10 meters on 10 meters. You can control the meters, the size of the square with the cut, with the fill, and if it's cut in red, if it's fill, it's green. Okay, so this is two surfaces comparing to each other, and of course you can create multiple surfaces and compare each one to the other one. So this is mainly for surveyors and executions. And now I will move forward to designing roads. So let's one more thing about the report. Now I get the report of the earthworks and I can export it to Excel and PDF and others. So this is the report of the earthworks. Now I will move forward to the roads creation. So let's close it now. I will go here to horizontal alignment. And let's create the center line of our road. Let's start it, for example, here. Here. One simple road. Yes. I will go here to select. I will select my polyline. Press enter. And here in design coordinates, I can see the coordinates of each IP along this polyline. Here in this table, I can enter the radiuses. Let's say 120. Okay, and I can use also the transition curve. Okay, let's say 30 meters in the entrance, and here 30 meters in the exit and press apply. The software creates the alignments. Okay, this is the initial road. Okay, and now I can move forward to create my vertical alignment. So I'm going to road vertical alignments. I will press apply. To load the topography, I'm creating here the profile view of my alignment. Okay. At the bottom, I can see the horizontal center line. And I'm creating with a polyline. Start here. And to the end. Basically, there are two ways to design the vertical alignments. I can do it like I'm showing you now with the polyline. Also, I can do it by designing it in the table. Insert the station, insert the elevation, slopes, and radiuses. Now I'm showing you how to do it with the polyline, and after that I will make some changes with the design table. So after I use the polyline to design the center line, I'm pressing apply. And the table was updated according to the polyline, with stations, with elevations, and with the slope. Let's move. Let's say add radius. Let's say I can insert the 2t or the radius if I want to. Let's use the 2t. 80 meters. Okay, which means that is a 1,200 meters of radius. Press apply. If it's too small, I can change it, of course. And press apply. And the drawing is updated according to the table. Okay, I can do the same by moving this polyline. So after I'm finished with this design, I will go to the cross sections, and the cross sections window will open with CAD environments. For those of you that are familiar with CivilCAD 10, so this is one of the major innovation development that we've done this in this version, CivilCAD 11. This cross-section window is opened with full CAD environment. So in the first time, it opens with a slow, a little bit process, but after that, you will see that it opens immediately when I click on cross-section button. Okay. 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 Let's go back here. Okay. I will move forward, create the pipeline layout. I can create a sewage pipe, drainage, or water supply, or cables. Let's now work with a sewage pipe. Going to pipeline layout. And design my polyline. Let's say start here, go here, crosses the road, and here. I'm selecting the polyline, press enter, and press apply. So I can see here the manholes, the length between them, and I can add pipes diameter, for example, 200. Okay. And let's go back here. And open the sections window for the pipelines. Let's hope now it works. Okay. Here I press apply. So I'm loading the topography area along the pipe. And I will start designing my pipe with a polyline as I did in the vertical alignment. Pipeline, polyline, sorry. And press apply. Okay, so this is my pipe. I can add wall thickness, for example, 7 centimeters. Okay. And now I want to move it down a little bit with keeping the slopes of the other line segments. So I will just take the polyline,
Hi, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I think we can't hear you. Hello, yeah. Can you hear me? We can't hear you.
Now you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
No, it's okay.
sorry. So what I've done in the last minutes, I've created some crossings lines, a layer of gas lines that crosses my sewage pipe, and I've updated to my crossing my sections pipe. Okay, so now I can see it here, here, and here. Three pipes, three gas lines. Okay. Next thing I want to do is to present this this plan to the execution guy. So I want to export frames. Of course, after I finish the full designing of the road and the pipelines, which I've not showed you because our we are limited on time. So I'm going to FrameMaker. Choose the paper that I want to use. Okay. Now take it here. Let's rotate it a little bit. Okay. Let's create another frame. Okay. Let's rotate it also. And the last one should be here and without rotation. Now I will create the frames, 3 frames. And in the first one, I will insert the first frame here. I will insert the second one here, and the third one is this one, and press apply. Now the software will take those frames and create the sheets with an arrow, for a north arrow, with the logo of our company or your company, as you wish. Okay, and with a little map on the side. Of course, the sheets comes with a coordinative frame. Okay. So as you can see, the first one here, first part of the road. Okay. This one. Okay. And 3 frames as I showed you. So this is like the major tools of CivilCAD, the site planning, handling points clouds, which you will see on YouTube or the mail that we will send you. We were prepared for you a little video about handling points clouds of hundreds of million points. This is really a good cooperation with CivilCAD, with ZWCAD. So the site planning, roads planning, pipes and earthworks, and of course reports, calculations, and frames maker. I'm stop sharing now, and I just want to summarize some points about CivilCAD. One. So as you can see here, the process is very user friendly. You just have 1-2 clicks and you get what you need. It's not a long process. Working with ZWCAD is very recommended. We are cooperating together to supply good seamless integration with ZWCAD. One thing that is very important about the price, our product, CivilCAD and also ZWCAD, is it comes with a perpetual license. So you pay once for life, and you don't have to pay every year. This is different from other softwares on the market, and it's a significant benefits for the users. We have an exceptional work speed with the points, with clouds of and other method of works. I now move to the QA session. I encourage you to ask questions about what you saw now. And of course, I encourage you to go to our website, savantdesign.com, and download the software for 30 days for free. And we will be happy to be part of your toolkits company. So please, if someone have questions, please raise hand.
Okay, thank you, Afon and Yaye, for giving us such informative presentation. I think most of test questions have been addressed by our panelists, and I still see 3 questions left in the chat box, 2 in the chat box and 1 in the Q&A panel. So Yaye, would you please answer the questions?
Yeah, I can take over, and they asked to see, sorry for bursting, they asked to see a division of cross sections into layout, into paper space. So I can show it on my screen. I prepared something. Let me share. You cannot start screen sharing while, okay. So this is for the first question. I hope you can see my screen. So this is the road. Here it's 2 questions which were asked. It's about the corridor. Here you can see a full corridor. and about cross sections division. So let me go to the cross section window. Well, here, due to lack of time, didn't show you. This is the road section window. Okay, cross section window. Here we have a full assembly, which we design with either graphic or either the tables that you see here. For example, here I defined that the slope to the left here, it's 1 to 2. And field situation is also 1 to 2. I also defined that I want the ditch to the right, so I prepared the right ditch. You can see it here. This is the ditch. I also said that the embankment of the ditch is 1 to 2, 1 to 2 with 60 cm width. And the ditch definition is from fill point, you go into the depth of 60 cm as well. So the assembly of the ditch, side of the ditch, the closure is its right ditch, it's seated here. So I have many tables of how to define the assembly, guardrails, changing side slope in the middle, creating berms, creating lane development here. We have many options for that. The nice thing is that all the cross sections are here, so I can flip between them. You can see I can flip. For example, I want to see, let's divide the screen into 2. So on the left, you see the road, and on the right, you see the cross section. So for example, cross section 9, this is the cross section. This is the right side, which is here, where this ditch starts. You can even see the flow direction. We are talking about this one. And this one is 10, the second one. I'm following now the right side, okay? The right side of the ditch, I want to follow the ditch with the cross sections. 11, okay? So this is the next one, 12, and so on and so on. Okay, this is the to the right. We know already that on, for example, section 5, click it, there's no ditch on the right, there's a straight closure. This is the embankment that we see for the earthworks. Okay, so now the question was about how to take these cross sections and put them on a paper space or layout. So I'm clicking here, the button, and it's called frames division, but it's designated specifically for cross sections. And once again, specifically for cross sections. So first of all, what is the scale that I want for height and width? So let's say 1 to 200 to 200. I want to create a custom paper space or different predefined paper size, let's say A0. I want to add a label. I want to arrange it to the right or to the column or to the row. I want to create in multiple files or in a single layout or multiple layouts. Let's use the default. I press OK. Now the system will think a little bit, process it, and here create the paper space that we're talking about. Sorry, I did not prepare the space itself. And we are on A0. Okay, so all the cross sections are now ready to be printed in a predefined colors, which I defined using my own template. So you can define your own template, of course. I hope this answers this question. Please, more question, if there are any. Let's hear it. Q&A. Vehicle tracking, does it have? No, we don't have vehicle tracking in our system. Okay, design the road section. This is exactly what I showed right now. It's similar to another question which was about the corridor. So I think I answered this question already. Let's see if there are more questions, maybe in the chat. can modify, customize plan, profile, or sheet. Okay, let's go one by one. Stormwater management we have, but we have to be more specific to show you a use case. I assume you're talking about drainage under pipes we have, but I will have to prepare a scenario to show you this. You ask if I can edit the vertical alignment of the ditch. This, if I understand correctly, this line, this level. Yeah, the answer is yes. Let me go to the vertical alignment. So here, I will tell the software to show me the ditches, apply. So you can see here, where is the right ditch elevation as per my design. This is the start ditch. This we saw it, there's no ditch here. From this section to this section, there's no ditch. And here we have the profile of the ditch. So if I flip now from the center line to the right ditch, I have all the elevations of the ditch here in the table. I cannot drag this and change it, or I can change it here. If I want to change a specific elevation, I can see even the slope of the ditch here. So all the data now, I'm in design mode of the right ditch. So this is for this question. And let's see if there are more. So I mean customize plan profile template to line contours. Yes. The question was customize plan, if you can create standards. Yes, the answer is yes. In fact, everything that you see here, the predefined colors and everything, is something that you can create in your own template. We call it a prototype. You create prototype, you can create set of top prototype. In fact, for everything that you saw, we create prototype. For the colors, for what we see here, you can create prototype. For let's go to the assembly, to the cross section. Let me go to the cross section. So everything that you see here, I can design it, or I can load it from here, from a template. We call it TML, roads template. And then the assembly itself as well. So of course I can predefine it. Everything that I do, I save it here in what we call prototype, open prototype. The coordinates, the blocks, everything. And let's see if there's any other question. Check, more question. Construction, civil engineer, okay. Please can the cross-sectional drawing show the cumulative cut and cumulative? Yes, of course. If I go to the cross sections, and sorry, to the earthworks of cross sections, and I press apply here. Let me put it in Excel so we can see it better. Okay, still loading to my Excel. Meanwhile, anyhow, you can see here that the total cut is 1,000, sorry, fill is 1,350 cubic meter, and the total cut is 2,087 cubic meter, and you can have it by section per section, section by section. And let's see if there's more. So questions are coming. Can you define design parameter for each diameter type? Inner diameter, outer diameter, allowable minimum, maximum slope, allowable maximum flowness. Okay, so I assume this is coming to the design of the pipelines. well, this is not a scenario of pipeline. Maybe here, as I think he finished the session with his. The answer is to some of it, yes. I'm not sure that all of it. Each diameter type, inner diameter, outer diameter. Okay. What we do, we create diameter and we create wall thickness, and then it's from that you get the inner diameter. So again, the outer diameter you define, and then you have thickness. Minimum slope, yes, you can have. A maximum fullness ratio, on this I'm not sure we are speaking the same. I'm sure that I understand, so I'm not sure I can. We have something, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. The question about maximum slopes, yes, of course you can. You can see it, well, again, this is not a pipe scenario, but if this is my section, you can see here, there's wall thickness and diameter. So you define the wall thickness. This is for minimum slope that you asked. There's a function here for minimum slope. Again, I have to define a slope, but if you go into this one, I think calculate drops. No, this is for drops. Size, this is for auto design. Yeah, here you can define with fixed slope, with minimum slope, and then it will go with minimum slope and create according to the ground. I think this is what you talked about. More are coming. Okay, I will have to stop this session. You know what? Let me try to answer one more few. What before calculate with the calculate cut and fill. Okay. In terms of calculating cut and fill, we have different ways. What I've used, I used cross-section calculation. I mean, they take actually the calculation is shown here. I somehow try to put it in Excel so you can see it better. But in cross sections, so we have few methods. The method that I've used is the cut area of number 4, cut area of each cross section and the distance between them. This is one method. Another method. Okay, so in my case, what I've shown here for the earthworks, I have the cut area, fill area of each section multiplied by the distance between them. This is one method. Another method is to do what Yair did, which he created a grid. A grid, let's say, like he did. Let me try to do a polyline here. Let's say a grid here. And select this polyline as the boundary and apply a grid of 10 by 10. Then it will create a grid inside of 10 by 10, and each square will have its own cut and fill and accommodated by that. Then you have additional method. For example, we want to define inner square inside. We call it accurate system. You can take each square like this and divide it into smaller squares. Another way of calculating earthworks is using what we call triangles. Create triangles of the design comparing to the of one surface comparing to the other surface. It's also a method. So there are like 3 or 4 different ways to calculate earthworks. Another question. Okay, I think I answered all the questions. Defense rest. And guys from ZWSoft, you want to put some closing words?
Thank you, Holman, for answer all the questions. and the live demo. And I think I will share the last screen of our context information. Yes. Okay, I think all questions have been well addressed. And all attendees, if you have further questions for the webinar or for ZWCAD or for CivilCAD, please contact us. And here is the contact information of both ZWCAD and our CivilCAD. And after this webinar, we will send the recording. I saw there is a question about the webinar recording. So yes, we will send the webinar recording to our attendees. I think so much for today's webinar, and thank you very much for your participation. Thank you. Bye bye.
Jane, thank you very much for the
Bye-bye.
time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye bye.